Trump accuses United Nations of triple sabotage. President Donald Trump accused the United Nations of being behind three very sinister events at UN headquarters in New York City. He cited an escalator outage, a broken teleprompter, and sound system issues. UN security staff have been accused of deliberately messing with the escalator to embarrass Trump. President Donald Trump and his wife, First Lady Melania Trump, encountered an escalator that stopped working when they arrived at the United Nations headquarters in New York City. If someone at the UN intentionally stopped the escalator as the President and First Lady were stepping on, they need to be fired and investigated immediately, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt raged on X. In response, the United Nations speculated that the escalator stopped because a safety trigger might have been activated as a videographer was standing backward ahead of Trump, trying to film him. After President Donald Trump was repeatedly photographed with swollen ankles, the White House confirmed in July that he'd been diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency, which occurs when blood vessel valves become damaged or weakened. Trump's meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska was also indicative of his declining health, MSNBC personality Lawrence O'Donnell claimed, comparing the president's swollen limbs to those of the 72-year-old Kremlin leader, who exhibited no visible signs of similar ailments. At one point, he falsely claimed London is moving toward Sharia law under Mayor Sadiq Khan. We are not going to dignify his appalling and bigoted comments with a response. London is the greatest city in the world, safer than major U.S. cities, and we're delighted to welcome the record number of U.S. citizens moving here, the mayor's spokesperson said. But the president wasn't done, as he also raged. Your countries are going to H, as he discussed open borders. President Donald Trump called the United Nations equipment faulty following his appearance. The teleprompter was broken, and the escalator came to a sudden halt as we were riding up to the podium. But both of those events probably made the speech more interesting than it would have been otherwise, he wrote. This wasn't a coincidence. This was triple sabotage at the UN. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. No wonder the United Nations hasn't been able to do the job that they were put in existence to do.